The season postponed indefinitely because of the pandemic. Playing games in a centralized location has become one of the different possibilities of ways they may get back on the court. Yesterday, we had Kendrick Perkins on to talk about that idea, and here's what he said.
I need basketball like old people need soft shoes. But with that being said, I'm totally against this idea. Like at this point of time, I have a wife and 4 kids, and if I were still in the NBA at this point of time, there's no way that I would be leaving my family during this pandemic of this coronavirus. There's no way.
That was interesting, and I really wanted to get the perspective from someone else around the league. And here's my buddy Jay Will. It's great to see you again, my man. And let's talk about that. In the Chinese Basketball Association, they've basically told the players, we're going to take you to these centralized locations. You're going to come back and play, or you're cut. That's it. You're out of the league. The NBA doesn't work that way, obviously. What sense do you get about how the players would feel if that is the direction this ultimately goes?
Well, LeBron James already said it on the podcast with Richard Jefferson that he wasn't trying to leave his family. And I understand that LeBron James can do that, Greeny. LeBron James is making $25, $30 million a year. But, then you do have the Chinese Basketball Association where you have guys that are leaving their family currently to go back over to China to try to play in order to generate revenue for their families because they need those paychecks. So look, if it were me personally, if I had that kind of money, I wouldn't leave my family, but I can't judge people in this current climate that need those paychecks to continue to feed their family that would choose to play. So I think you have such a dichotomy of different levels here, and it's just not easy to say, I would never go do that. It depends upon your situation, Greeny.
Yeah, the circumstances obviously are going to take us places that we can't necessarily anticipate, and we'll take it as it comes. What are you hearing from players? You obviously talk to so many different guys about so many different things. What are you hearing from players right now as we all sit and wait and see if we're able to get the NBA season back?
It's so interesting, Greeny. We're on TV and we're trying to ideate about how the season needs to continue or how you do that. Every NBA player that I've talked to in the boardroom, all these guys, it's such a sense of awareness. Of course they want to play. Of course they miss basketball. But they're talking to me more about the state of our economy. They're talking more about, hey, 10 million people are unemployed. They're talking more about the deaths that we're seeing. So it's very real for them, I think, in the overall holistic picture of the equation. Guys recognize where we're at, and I think basketball is secondary. And it's a very eerie feeling for everybody whenever we have these conversations.
Yeah, of course it is. And so in the interest of trying to provide a little fun, I like what we're doing here. Kevin Durant and other NBA players are going to participate in an NBA 2K virtual tournament that starts tonight on ESPN. What are you hearing about that?
I love it, Greeny. First off, we need to have some fun for a minute, and I'm very intrigued. Who is Kevin Durant? Who is Trae Young? Who is Donovan Mitchell? Who are these guys going to play with if they play with other players? So imagine if Kevin Durant were playing with LeBron James and LeBron James missed the jump shot down the end, and this is live streaming. You get a chance to hear the conversation that he's having with the Derrick Jones Jr. If there's trash talking, how will guys articulate what other players' weaknesses are if they need them to get something done in the final second of a game to win. So I think it just gives us a highlight of things we can talk about, and I look forward to the trash talking, especially Patrick Beverley. He trash talks on the court. Will he trash talk when it's live streaming? I want to see that.
We will find out tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern time on ESPN, as they will play this 2K tournament. Just trying to find some ways to have some fun and stay in touch with these guys. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.